Tape and chalk map. You will use sidewalk chalk, wet wipes, masking tape, and heavy paper. For this project, you can buy tape of different widths to make different sized roads, or you can just carefully press an X-Acto knife into a roll of tape all the way around. This will give you 2 different sizes of tape. Before you start your tape map, I want to show you this really important trick. This can help avoid peeling up the paper when you take the tape off later. The trick is really simple. Just press each piece of tape onto your clothing first before you put it on the paper. This adds a little bit of lint and cuts down the stickiness of the tape. It's kind of awkward to put it on your sleeve like I am here, so you might try your stomach or your leg. Now color in each section of the map using the side of a piece of sidewalk chalk. Using a limited color palette is a great way to keep things simple but also looking awesome. You can use 2 or 3 pieces of chalk and then overlap colors on occasion to add a little bit more variety. Can you see how I'm not being super careful? I'm allowing my chalk to make some texture. I think that will add some visual interest later. Use that wet wipe to push the color right up into the corners of each section. This gets rid of the dust for you, blends your colors together, and seals down the color so it looks more like a painting and less like chalk. If you were really careful with your tape and rubbing it on your clothing, you shouldn't rip your paper at all. If you do find that it's ripping a little bit, just go slow, be careful, and you'll probably be okay. Do you notice how even the lightest colors still work with this process? That light purple still shows up quite well next to the white road. The map I just made was of an imaginary place because the placement of the roads was just sort of random. But you can also make a map of a real place using this technique. You can see here that I printed out a digital map. I used Google Maps, and then I traced the roads that I wanted to include in my map with a dark marker. I traced those roads onto this page with a pencil very lightly, and now I'm covering them up with my tape. You can see that you can actually create curved roads just by very carefully curving the tape as you lay it down. I have a few spots where the curves are a little bit jagged, so I can use little pieces of tape to smooth those out. I wanted to show you how I colored this map as well. Instead of carefully coloring each section a separate color, I just let the colors overlap and overflow into each section. They blended together and made it look a little bit more painterly. Keep in mind that once you reach this point, you're really just at the beginning. Now you can add words and symbols and images to create meaning on this map. Have fun!